take a peek at the map and the weather. Yeah, we're in a good spot here. But it says evening is the best time for fishing in this weather. Morning is considered equally good. Fish become less active around noon. Well, yeah, okay. So 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8 looks good, and then 3 a.m. As far as really solid peaks, but I know that spot is pretty much largemouth heaven, and usually can get this rod over there. Doesn't quite go as far as that 6 pounder, so we might be fighting little fish like crazy. But here's the better rod. Well, heavier line, heavier bobber, can definitely cast out to where I want to go. Then I do like to toss the bottom rod over here because there's a risk of gar over here, but there's also trophy butterflies. And I shouldn't have probably been so deep with anything, because I'm going to end up, it's going to end up in the mouth of a gar. That's what I'm afraid of. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Low. Almost blew it on the line tension. Well, that's going to be a fight. Whatever's on this 6-pound line is probably not a 12-pounder. It would have probably snapped me off already. And then on my old trusty Troy rod, there's something pretty good on that bugger. I'm telling you that. And that's a 10-pound line. All right, so let's try this bottom line, bottom rod. Oh, I don't know where the... Oh, I guess the bait got away on this. No. Yeah. All right, so let's go with crap. See if we can juggle these guys and keep some tension on them. I don't want to let... Oh, no, now rod number 3's lit up also. Or rod in the number 3 slot on the rod stand. All right, so this is the rod with strong line. Fairly small fish. He's coming in so fast and easy. And then it's a trophy. It's 4.5 as a trophy. That just doesn't compute to me. Yeah, I think we lost the fish on... No, he's still out there jumping around. Oh, there it is. We lost the guy on pole position 3, or rod stand position 3. Oh, well. I'm going to have to take a look and get it in my mind, or write myself a Post-it note. Put in front of me. So this is a 10-pounder, 10-pound line, rod, reel, line combo. 11-pound rod, 10-pound reel, or maybe 11-pound reel and 10-pound line. So whatever's on there is pretty solid. And I'm afraid it's going to be a gar. They tend to fight in this long S-shaped pattern, like he's running right now. Like, wide receiver runs a pattern. But we'll see. I'm pessimistic that it's a bass. Just doesn't seem to be fighting like a bass, but it is diving a little bit. But that wide ranging back and forth, a bass usually fights, I think, a little more in a little isolated area instead of running far and wide. I hope I'm wrong. Like I said, I haven't played in ages, and they keep making changes to the game. Every couple of months, there's an update that changes how things work, especially that low line tension and how long it will stay on your rod stand before it says, okay, well, now you haven't touched me in this much time, and it's gone. And, that's probably a variable or an algorithm with variables that, depending on the weight of the fish or the weight of the line, it's theoretical that with this combination, it should be pretty easy to shake the hook for a fish of this size on a weak line. Or if you have, a small fish on a heavier line, you might stay on the rod stand, um, and you get more time to juggle it. Because I haven't found any consistent pattern that I can recognize. So, I'm guessing there's probably variables. But hypothetically speaking. All right, well, this is one of those situations where you have a fish on that you may never get in, right? He's out there at 125 feet. He's not coming in. Okay, I'm going to try to wear him down by pumping the rod. I'm not making any headway. Okay, so now we got him into 110 feet, and then he's back out at 115. We're starting to draw it down, maybe. But I've done this where I fight them into 20 or 30 feet away, and then they go back out for 100 feet. So it depends on what it is. And I've lost some grand fish, I guarantee. Even though I had a 20-pound rig set up. Oh, look, it is coming in. Now he's into the 60s and 50s. But I don't want to lose line tension on him. And, oh my God, is it a green fish? It is. Holy cow! He was not fighting like I was accustomed to. All right, so it's a 10-pounder. It ain't bad. It's close. Let's see if I hit right mouse button, we get to look at the fish without the placard on there. But hey, 10 pound. It's a long ways away from 13, right? 13.4. I need to. My goal is 13.5, and I'm just not thinking that's going to happen. But and that came right over there, because that's as far as I can cast with this setup, unless I swap out my bobbers, which I might be doing. Yeah, I guess we'll just throw it right back there and see. It's not like a magic time of day. Now, magic time of day might be why I got a 13-pounder, but I kind of doubt it. God damn it! I keep doing that. What I wanted to do was pick this guy up. So over by the broken boat, I always have really good luck. Oh, I haven't tossed frogs over there. This spot over here, that marker, there's usually 7-pounders, man, just like nonstop. And I usually use a walker, and haven't used a frog over here. I wish I could set up 2 rod stands. Okay, limit me to 4 rods total, but if I could put out 2 rod stands, because in real life I could. Well, except for the law doesn't permit that. In Illinois, I finally bought my fishing license in Illinois. After living in Alaska, I said I'd never fish again anywhere else in the world. Um, but I lied, and I bought my fishing license, and I caught a couple of bluegill this year, like with my $10 fishing pole, $10 Zebco that I picked up at Walmart with my $15 fishing license, and like $5 worth of like little Mr. Twisters on 16th ounce jig heads. I was like, really? I don't think this rod could cast anything bigger or more. So it's going to be fun this summer when I get a chance to go out and fish, actually, for real. But I'm encouraged. There's a guy on YouTube called John B. Jon space B. John B. He was a member of the Guggen Squad. He's he's a nice guy at times, and he's an obnoxious character at times. But he lived in Illinois when he started. And he went to forest preserves that I recognized. And I'm like, holy crap. Well, if this kid can freaking catch fish at these heavy pressure places, because I mean, Chicago suburbs are an incredibly densely populated space, right? And he was catching freaking fish left and right. He also was cheating the system and going and breaking into golf courses, or not breaking in, but walking in from the road to fish in a golf course pond really early in the morning before anybody else showed up, meaning before any of the golf company personnel showed up. But you know what I'm saying? Um, which is what I kind of mean by he's kind of an obnoxious character. But shit, he was catching 2 3 pound bass in places I would never expect. I would figure there's just so many people that have probably fished this place. It's empty, or they're just going to ignore anything because now they know that that's a hook. You're not tricking me again. Although I don't know if fish think that much, but anyway, I decided I'd buy a fishing pole and a fishing license. And in Illinois, you can only have 2 rods at one time, and each rod has a maximum of 2 hooks. Now you can have a lure that has double treble hooks on it, but you what is it called, a Kentucky rig or a Texas rig? I forget. Where you tie 2 hooks on one line at different heights or different depths, and yes, I am emphasizing the S. Oh wow! Of course, when they hit, it's all at once, man. All right, so this guy on the Troy rod once again. That was in a good spot. That's where I got the uni. I'm reluctant to set them down, but they aren't fighting like they the uni did. Oh god, now I got 4 of them going, and I'm really, like I said, reluctant to set this one down. He's fighting pretty good. He's not going to be a 10-pound uni though. So I think I'm going to go with the bottom rod. See if this thing fights like a gar. Nah, that one got away. And so let's try this one. I think that's a pretty heavy line. It's coming in fairly easy. Yeah, small fish. And the only thing we got left, oh, trophy, it's a 6-pounder. That wasn't small at all. It's just that it was on the 20-pound rod. Made it easy to come in. Holy cow. All right, well, if you've never been to Florida Everglades, it's hella fun. It's my favorite place to fish here in this game. It gets a little repetitive because you're just um, cranking bass, but you know, I'm shooting for that trophy, that magical 13.5 pound largemouth, which looks like it has faded from history, and the maximum size now is going to be like a 2.5 or a 2.6. Time will tell, but hope you were able to see that. You know, this place is off the hook. It's nonstop action. But then again, like I was saying earlier, somebody stopped by and commented on my unique rainbow trout video in Falcon Lake, Oregon. I think that's it, right? What's the one in Colorado? It's another trout lake. But I was definitely in Oregon with the waterfall. It's a beautiful lake. It's really cool. One of my favorite maps for aesthetics, and then just like fish everywhere, dude. And cleaning out every species at that lake was a lot of fun because there's rock bass there. There's little sunfish. What do they call those things? Red-breasted sunfish. Um, yeah, stupid fun. Okay. Of course, Michigan endless variety. Well, not endless, but there's a great variety and pretty easy fishing when you know the spots and you get your bait dialed in. Trophy. Oh, really thought I had one. He's biting. He's biting, but he hasn't taken the bobber. There it goes. Okay, so hopefully I'll have time to land this guy and grab that one before he gets away. And I think that's gonna put me at enough time. Ah, enough time in the water today. It was fun getting my feet wet again. I haven't played this game in so long. Like I actually did touch it a couple of weeks ago. Um, some friends from Discord were, preparing for a pike um, tournament or something. Challenge or tournament. I don't know. I think it was a challenge. And I rigged up and tried to go looking for the pike at the lakes. And I mean, man, it's just really, really tedious. You know, where'd you have to go? We went to Mud River, and there were, the little pickerels that are there, grass pickerels. They don't get big. I mean, it wasn't a hell of a lot of fun fishing. But then again, I'm a weirdo and I get excited about a 2 pound bluegill. I don't know why bluegill are so much more interesting to me than a 3 pound grass pickerel, but they are. And my 4 pound red ear sunfish was, woohoo! Man, I squealed like a girl. Oh, man, I beat that record somewhere. Oh, well, I had 3.9, then I think I got over a 4 pounder. That'd be fun to look up. Go look at my bluegill and my red ear sunfish records, because those are two other things that I think I'd be hard pressed to ever beat. And they may have changed the game. Oh man, that would be a telling story, wouldn't it? If I went, oh man, something's on here. If I went, this is my 6 pound line. If I went and I looked at my bluegill catch and compared my bluegill history with the current top bluegills, maybe they just knocked everything down a little bit, and there's just a whole lot more of a decimal gradation of point one, point two, or point 1, 2, and 3, right? Because right now, excuse me, my personal best on the largemouth bass is 13.434. They've knocked it down to 12 pounds and 12.5, 12.6, and then, additional numbers, 3 decimal places. So I'm curious. I'm going to go look at, once I land this thing, I'm going to go look at my red ear and my bluegill records. Oh, man. I mean, this might only be a 7 pound fish or a 6 pounder because it's a 6 pound line. It's, uh, it's putting up a hell of a fight. If this was a 13 pounder, I'd probably never land him. And I cough. Wow. Wow. That was only 4.2 pounds on 6 pound line. I got one green arrow of XP. It's not, holy cow. So to get 100% of the XP, that 3 green arrows in the XP slider filled, I guess I'd have to be using a 4 pound line or a 4 pound rod. I don't know if it's tied to the rod or if it's tied to the line, but wow. So let's have a look at this rod. Yeah, yeah, it's a 6 pound line, a 7.5 pound rod, a 7.7 pound reel, and a 4.6 pound fish. Only got me 5/8, not quite 2/3 XP. Wow, wow. Oh well. I know I'm a weirdo. I geek out over weird shit. All right, so here's a red breast sunfish. They come in a 0.55 weight. As well, my record anyway. It might come a little bigger. The green sunfish is beautiful. I mean, that these two belong in a freaking aquarium. I would love to have an aquarium with sunfish, panfish, whatever you want to call them. There's a dude called Bama Bass. Ooh, look at that trophy pumpkin seed, 0.825. Oh my God, another fish that would look fantastic in an aquarium, wouldn't it? I'm hoping y'all been to Bass Pro Shop. If you go to a Bass Pro Shop or a Cabela's that has the giant aquarium in the lobby or in the middle of the store sometimes, wow, it is really cool because they have Midwestern game fish there. Yeah, at least because I'm in the Midwest. Maybe out in California they got different stuff in their aquariums, right? The warmouth is not so pretty, but he qualifies as kind of a panfish. Yeah, what is he? 1.5 pounds. Now the trophy redfin is a very good-looking fish. And the trophy grass pickerel only 1.5. Oh, so yeah, maybe me talking about pickerels being 3 pounds at Mud River is complete mistake. They apparently don't come in that size. Oh, there's Oscar. Crappy. My red band. Wait, where in the hell is my bluegill? There's no way I got a bluegill over. Holy cow, I do. I have a 3-pound freaking bluegill. Oh, look at that beautiful thing. Quanchkin Lake, 3-pound, 14-inch long bluegill. Look at the forehead. Look at the hump above his eyes. You little deformed fatty. All right, so let's see. I got that in September of last year. Sounds about right. Now, okay, I'm going to have to write this down or I'll forget because short-term memory. 3.044 at Quanchkin. QUAN equals bluegill. Okay, close. Now, I know that my red ear was closer to 4 pounds, man. So let's keep scrolling up until we see one. There he is. Yep, 4-pounder. 4.013 at Quanchkin also. I don't know how to pronounce it. And that's a red ear. Now, what I want to do is go look at the world records. Or, well, this week's or this month's records. I don't know how quickly or how frequently they turn these things over, but we're going to go down to the beautiful, 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 beautiful little fish called the bluegill. And look at that. My bluegill was 3.044. And the current record is 3.085. All right. Well, so the bluegills aren't crippled yet. And let's see, there's this pumpkin seed. Oh, he has a pretty small red ear, only 1-pounder. His largemouth is only 1.7 pound. What? He's level 18. Okay. But he does have a pretty respectable freaking bluegill, a unique bluegill. So if we look at his, haha, there's a 3-pound bluegill at Mudwater. Can you believe it? Well, congratulations, player. I don't know your name. And that was in February. All right, so 3-pound bluegills do still exist. Mine was a 3.044 and his is a 3.085. So I can still best my own personal best. I can whoop my own record there. That is cool as hell. Now let's close this dude and look for the red ear. Red, red, red. Red ear sunfish. Holy cow! All right, I'm going to make a note here. 3.085 is recent record. And unique red ear sunfish. Wow. 4.585. recent record, and let's give him a click and take a look where that came from. I kind of think it's going to be in the same place. All right, so he's got a wimpy bluegill record. So maybe he got his red ear in California, because that's where I got my 3.9. There it is, 3D view, and that tells us he got it at Near River. Whoa! In February of this year. Wow. Okay. I got mine at Quan, and this was Nerin, Neh. I'm making notes, man, because I will not remember any of this, but I'm going to try to do it. Neherrin, River. Wow. Again with the giant forehead. Doesn't it look almost exactly like the bluegill model with in a different color? Okay. On that note, let's take a look at the bluegill. Even though his isn't going to be the giant one, but he does have a bluegill right down here. Okay, let's look at that in 3D view. Yeah, see, now this is not a giant. This is only a 1.199. So I'm sure they use the same exact fish model for everything, because he still has a stupid big forehead, and it looks like the same fish with different color, right? Same 3D model, but whatever. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's look at him this way. Now, see, this guy being a 1.1 pounder, he doesn't, his belly's not bulging out the sides. But let's go look again at that red ear, which was in the what? 3, there it is. And then let's rotate this model. Yeah, see, okay, his belly's not bulging out the sides either, but I mean, I understand they're both in the same family of fish, but anyway, that was a fun, interesting diversion. Um, this game has just got endless things to do. Hope you enjoy playing it. And I'm on the downside of weather. I'm not going to fish through the slump. Um, in fact, I was going to hang it up, but let's see. Maybe I'll just end my stream real quick and restart one, and then I'll change time. I think that would be the thing.